What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, episode 75, and we are the Nintendo Podcast, a part of the Epic Collective. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me, as always, is the interruptive Bryce DeWitt.
Interruptive, I love it.
Yeah, no, you're such an interruptive bastard.
Perfect.
This week, this is our review discussion of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We've had a bit more time with the game now, sort of really sunk our teeth into it since last weekend when we had a bit of a pizza night.
Pizza and beer night.
Yeah, beer night, which was actually a cider night, but cider night doesn't really have the same ring to it as a beer night.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sounds like, I don't know, like a cider. It's like whenever I say I'm drinking cider instead of beer, I always feel like I'm getting like a weird reaction from people. Like I might as well be saying I'm drinking cruisers or something.
It's all that time around farmers, mate.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it's literally all that time around farmers.
It's like, do you want a beer? It's like, oh, not really, man. I feel like I prefer even a Coca-Cola at the moment. Like a cola, something sweet.
What are you talking about?
What do you want? Have a beer? Put some
beer, mate.
Put some hair on your forehead.
Your forehead, mate.
Anyway, let's get into the discussion of the game, Bryce. Let's start with World of Light. This is one of the biggest modes in the game.
Yes.
Apart from just the
game itself.
The game itself, pretty much, yeah. So we'll start off with you. You've put a lot more time into it than I have. I honestly haven't put any more time into it since last week. I
haven't finished it yet either.
Yeah.
I'm sort of getting there. I'm like relatively close because I know when World of Light ends at this point, so I'm not ultra surprised about how much I've got to go. I sort of just took it in and just said, all right, cool. All right, I know what to expect in terms of how much more I've got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got about 3 hours left, maybe. I really enjoy World of Light because it's events mode.
Yeah, it's just events mode. Just
events mode put into an adventure map. And there's like some niceties about it, and spirits do specific things. And I was right. I feel I was right when I said that they don't make much of a hindrance with trophies not being in the game and them replacing them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've given the trophy system a little bit more meaning. Some of the fights in World of Light are bullshit. They're so hard.
Especially before, like, even if you don't get, say, the counter to that certain spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a few just at the start where I'm like, oh dear. Like, there's one where I forgot what spirits Bayonetta had, but Bayonetta was just a pain in the butt to beat.
Can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a week ago now.
I had my favorite blunder was like 50 odd attempts on it was Jeff Assist Trophy Spirit.
Yep.
And it was 3 Inklings on Onet with a Jeff Assist Trophy, and it was bloody well awful. It was the worst fight I'd experienced in that game up to that point. It took me ages to beat it. I did eventually beat it, and Jeff's a high tier spirit, so it's like I got rewarded for it. But Jesus Christ, I was sick of it by the end of it.
Mm.
I think spirits is kind of a neat little collection aspect as well, because it gives a meaning behind each of them. When you do it, like even just the spirit board mode, like where you obviously get like a shop style selection of spirits every 5 minutes or whatever. Even that kind of just acted as sort of like a mini game in between playing classic modes for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really enjoyed that. Thematically, World of Light it's crazy good. There's like a lot of, especially when you're past the early stage of World of Light, there's like a lot of sort of references to all the series represented in Smash, even some post. There's locations on the maps that obviously refer to the games like Lumio City, for example, and Bowser's Castle and all that stuff.
And the Pac-Man maze and
the Pac-Man maze. Yeah, exactly.
The Street Fighter World Tour and stuff like that.
Yep.
As well, yeah.
Exactly. I went into World of Light hoping for Subspace 2, but I think it came out better than Subspace. There's not as much like video clips or anything like that, which is what made Subspace so charming. But I think through the gameplay, they've managed to sort of bring it to life that way.
Yeah, I agree. Like, one of my favourite battles is like Ness's dad.
Yeah.
How it's just like an invisible snake, and then like the spirit he gets just the telephone.
Yeah.
From Earthbound. Yeah, I thought that was like really smart. Like most of the battles have that type of thought put into them.
I love that spirit, by the way. It's a legendary spirit. It's like the highest tier spirit you can get, and it's a pixelated telephone. I love that. Spirit so much.
Like this has just been Smash Brothers, the whole series, but there was a spirit where people. It was I forgot her name now. Was it started with a K from Metal Gear Solid? And she has the bob-ombs equipped, and people were posting that online saying, "Oh, this is rough."
That's dark, because she has a bomb implanted in her chest.
And I hadn't played Ground Zeroes on the other console, so I'm like, I've got no idea what you're on about. I want to watch the cutscene, and it's basically her. She's been planted with bombs, and they get one out, and they're transporting her, and she's like, she goes to jump off. She's like, no, I've still got one in me, and she jumps out and like blows up. She has a bomb in her, and that's what the bob-ombs equipped to her spirit represented.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's dark. Like,
that's dark as hell.
I wouldn't have known that either if it wasn't for other people pointing out that.
But it's such a good representation too. Like, as dark as it may be, it's certainly true to character of that particular spirit, and like most of them are the same that way too.
It's interesting too because like a lot of. Obviously, most of the Metal Gear Solid games aren't on Nintendo platforms.
Obviously not, yeah.
So that's like a huge kind of Easter egg for...
for people that like cross-play like between different consoles.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I think there's only a very few amount of frustrations with World of Light, and I think that's... like, if you're trying to surf through it and sort of get progression... like naturally, sometimes it can be a bit hard, and there's not a lot of context clues unless you like clear a lot of spirits. So you get it, like for example, there's world map obstacles and stuff like that, where I don't know, you might need Lapras to surf, or you know, you need Otacon to work the control panel to get into the base. I thought that was really neat. But it certainly did get confusing at times, in the aspect of like, I know that obviously something's going to be done here, but what spirit sort of leads to that? And you kind of have to know your game knowledge. Yeah,
like, I guess it's pretty obvious that Lapras would get you to an island.
Exactly.
But say maybe the Animal Crossing, I forgot the taxi driver's name, but like... maybe that might not be as obvious to someone
Tortimer?
Yeah, someone like that.
Oh, Tortimer does the boat, I think, and he does the train? No. I can't remember who does the train.
It doesn't really matter, but... Yeah, that might not be... like, might be hard to find for someone who hasn't played Animal Crossing, or for example.
Especially the aforementioned Otacon. Like, if you don't know what Metal Gear Solid is, and you just see Otacon's spirit, especially since he's not called Otacon. In his spirit form, he's called his actual name, which completely escapes me. Just don't even ask. Like, if you didn't know what he did as a profession in Metal Gear Solid, then you would be completely confused as to where the hell you're supposed to get this character to open the control panel. And your first guess wouldn't be Otacon if you didn't know Metal Gear Solid. So it's just sort of like, I appreciate it. I think it's like a very good homage per se to every series and what each of those characters do in terms of spirits. I just think that maybe somewhere in there could have been like a help system implemented for younger players and stuff like that. I wasn't too fussed with it myself because I'd pretty much guessed anyway, and certain spirits I just come across, they just come across naturally, and then I just like unlocked it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're stuck in World of Light and you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to be going around unlocking all these spirits, which I suppose isn't a bad thing to a degree, but if you want to progress World of Light, you have to know where you're going, and that's kind of a pain in the ass.
Especially since the spirits, they don't have all the information they have like in the past with the trophies.
Yes.
In the past, you see what series it's from, the year, like their first appearance was, like a description. With the spirits now, there's nothing. There's only the picture and sort of the stats.
Yeah, it's dumbed down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's sort of like a drawback from having trophies, and I don't regret that sort of information. But it's just a pain in the sense of trying to. God damn it! Your cat is going ham.
I'll go and get the cat. You keep talking. Cats, come here, you bloody bastard.
Cats are lovely things.
I thought it was the wind for a second. Well, bloody hell, the wind's strong.
The wind's strong.
You gonna come in or are you gonna sit there? Hey? Come on, come here.
No, there it goes. All right, if you hear meowing, you know what it is, guys.
No, wait, meow now. All right, continue on, Bryce.
So
Bloody cat.
it's it's like simply it again. It's a great homage. It's just trying to connect those dots when you don't know maybe particular series and stuff like that. It's a pain in the bum, I guess.
Pain in the bum.
I'm just looking at it from the perspective because like I'd come across like a lot of them naturally, and then just I just kind of, if I ever got stuck, I was just kind of like, well, I might just hit up Google, check, because it's one spirit that I'm looking for at a board of like however many, and I went and did that once.
Yep.
And that was for Otacon, because honestly, I had no idea who it could have been, and I hadn't even come across Otacon at that point, so I didn't know. So it's sort of just like maybe the hint context clues could have been a little bit better. I had no idea that what was his Cap'n? That was his
Cap'n.
name.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Cap'n would be the reason that I get over to the airport, like that's in the ocean. I had no idea that Cap'n would have been the reason for me to get there. I would have just assumed, hey, Lapras can swim, but Lapras is only available to use in one area, and then the next one you have to have Cap'n. And like there's no other judger about it. But because like I'm sort of just like cruising through, collecting the spirits that I see, and I'm just like, oh, I want that one, and sort of, doing that. There could have been a million other spirits that they could have used to be the boat thing. Yeah. I think in total there's over 1,200 spirits. So, you've really wildly taken your pick there. Context clues could have been a little bit better. Even if it was just a small game reference.
Yeah, like a bit of like something from this fucking cat.
This cat's going ham.
Alright, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll leave it there.
It's alright.
I've got a new kitten. Her name's Nala, and she's the size of a
peanut.
A peanut. Not quite that small, but
she's getting into everything. Anyway,
I don't care. Just be quiet.
Doing the podcast is super serious.
It's very serious.
It's very serious stuff. All right. So yeah, so okay. Now that I've had my spiel, because obviously I don't want to get into too much spoiler like context things, and I already sort of have. From what you've played, what are your sort of highlights?
Just basically the scenarios you get put in, just seeing how they come up with representing each character,
right?
The spirits, World of Light for me is just something I chip away at. I'm not going to rush through it, and
yeah, that's fine too.
But if I don't feel like playing it, I won't play it. And the problem with Smash Bros is like the main fighting game just draws me away from all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's the draw.
Yeah, and I've always said Smash Brothers is my desert island game. If I'm stuck on a desert island, I'll be playing Smash Bros. It's like a drug for me. Sometimes I can't stop.
No.
So like modes like this, I like them and I'll play them, and I'll eventually chip away at World of Light, but it's not my main priority. So yeah.
So as an extension, to sort of cap off World of Light is sort of the intended way to unlock characters. they give you very multiple sort of ways to unlock characters in Smash Bros. And get your complete roster and all that stuff. But I know, at least for my certainty, that I unlocked most of my characters through World of Light and backing out every 10 minutes to get a challenger, which seems to be the best use of your time, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like, the only other method that's faster is going into quick play, SDing on one stock, getting the challenger, then restarting your console, doing the same thing over and over. And that's tedious to me. Like, I don't find that fun.
Yeah, people who said they were doing that, my thoughts on that was just play the goddamn game.
Yeah.
I don't know why you sort of want to unlock them so quick, unless...
I understand the garb of having a full roster. I just think it's, like, the quickest way to burn yourself out.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, it's going to happen. If you just play the game, things just unlock. It's every... I did one thing, because it's based on distance when your characters pop up, and they pop up every 10 minutes if you've got the right amount of distance covered. So I did one match where I just went back and forth for 20 minutes, up and down the thing, and that got me ahead enough to just play the game, and stuff unlocks every 10 minutes without having to reset in that, because by the time you're resetting that, like, there's not much fun in that.
No,
it's
not
like
really.
It's like looking for a shiny Pokemon or something.
Yeah, it's sort of a pain in the butt.
One, yeah.
I just found that, and I recommend this to everyone. If you're playing World of Light, back out every 10 minutes and get your challenger. Like, if you want to unlock the whole roster, that's the quickest way to get it in classic mode. The characters you unlock from backing out will not count for World of Light.
Yeah.
But if you back out every 10 minutes, you get an extra challenger, you fill out your roster quicker for multiplayer, and I think that's honestly just the best way to do it. Unlocking them in World of Light makes them available in World of Light and also classic mode, so you're killing two birds with one stone if you do it that way. You're doing it quicker, and you're also getting World of Light characters.
Yep. What do you think of their decision to give you the first 8, then having to unlock the whole rest of the roster? Whereas in Smash Wii U, they just gave you a few to unlock, which were just like the equivalents like Dr. Mario and...
So the only issue with this is that CPUs were really hard. Like, their difficulty level, and it actually got nerfed in the patch.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Their CPU level, if you had played enough Smash at that point, their CPU level just goes higher. And eventually it got to 9. And 9 CPUs are really smart. Like, this is the hardest time I've had versus CPUs in Smash Bros.
Yep.
In my opinion. I have them ledge guarding correctly and everything, and timing their attacks, like, completely right. And they're absolutely kicking my ass if I don't counter exactly what they do.
If I'm just running in, they're perfect shielding me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
I've had situations where I've had like Roy, because I randomize all my CPUs. I'm just like, whatever. I just play every matchup. I've had like Roy's knock me off the edge and then perfect edge guard me and push me off to the side and still make it back like a professional player sort of thing. And like, I'm a decent Smash player, but I'm still sort of hit and miss when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like, I'm just like, if I jump off a ledge to go and knock someone off further off the screen, I'm afraid I'm going to miss. So I don't take that chance. I need to teach myself not to do that. I have really good like on stage game, but my off stage is awful. So I don't often come across situations where I'm having a mid-air battle. So the CPUs can kick my ass. And they were doing that when they were coming up in challenger battles. They were just absolutely destroying me. They were...
Yeah, some definitely destroyed me. At least they have the option. So the challengers approaching tab in the games or more.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really helpful because...
They are hard.
Yeah.
They're definitely hard.
I would be interested to see how much they nerfed the CPU since the patch, trying to unlock these characters.
I think they just nerfed it so that the CPU level doesn't go to 9. Because I think that's what it was doing before. It was going to 9. I think they made it so it's capped out. Challenger CPU levels probably like 6 or 7.
Because like there's us. We've been playing Smash Bros for like a decent amount of time now.
Yeah.
But there's the people who this is their first Smash game. They're like, I'll tell you what, let's chuck on some items.
Yeah.
They're going to be absolutely destroyed trying to unlock some of these characters.
Yeah.
Like,
They're going to be smashed, literally.
And if they want a challenge, I don't particularly think it's necessary to have that challenge. Just trying to unlock the characters.
No,
as well.
No, like especially when you got such an expansive roster and you have to unlock so many of them.
Like someone might
60 plus.
Someone might be really struggling to unlock the 50th character, and they've still got 22 characters to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sort of. I lost a couple battles. I think I lost a total of 4, but that was news to me. Like I haven't played a Smash game in a long time where I've just lost a challenger battle just simply because I'm, getting outplayed. It's usually because it's like
you slip or something.
Yeah, random tripping, or it's something like, oh, we just played with items on, so now items are going to start spawning.
Yeah, well, you can't blame random tripping anymore, man.
No, can't blame random tripping anymore. I just get my ass kicked. Those CPUs are really good because they're really good training value, but they're super difficult in terms of the challenger like the challenger approaching.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the end, I got through them all within the second day, and I unlocked everyone, and I started playing, and really started to notch up on my skills in classic mode. Once I unlocked the full roster, that's when I sort of really halted playing World of Light on like a very consistent basis. It's not for lack of interest, it's because I want to really brush up on my Smash
practice and stuff.
Yeah.
Just going back to classic mode, what did you think of the new classic mode?
Okay, so we'll move on to this as a subject, I think.
Yeah, we're just going through the modes.
So of course they always give you default 2:30 timer bullshit. So that was all turned off. I immediately made my own rule sets. I think I've got 4 rule sets now, catered to specific sort of play.
Are you talking about classic mode or just normal?
Oh wait, no, classic.
You're talking about
sorry.
Yeah. I really enjoy the new classic mode. It's nice and short, and it's really shows off the characters. Like it really goes sort of like World of Light. It really puts you in the situations from the games, from the franchise.
Yeah,
Yoshi's was a bit strange because it just puts you like against like all the reptile sort of inspired characters.
Yeah,
and it puts you what's the Monster Hunter enemy at the end, the boss,
the Rathalos.
Yeah, put you against the Rathalos at the end. Okay, fair enough. It's a dragon. You're Yoshi. Yeah, I can say that.
Some of them got really lazy though, and they were just like, "Hey, you're versing Master Hand." And you're like, "Okay,
yeah,
cool."
I guess you got to verse Master Hand somewhere.
Yeah, but if you make all these like unique situations for specific characters, and then the ones that you just kind of like, we don't know what to do here, so it's just Master Hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it got a little bit strange. But I mean, overall, it's probably one of the better classic modes.
Yeah. It's a lot better than the Wii U one. The Wii U one was like all over the place with how it was sort of like organising. It was like a board, and you didn't know where you were going.
Yeah.
I
like the idea of Master Core and Master Maze though. That was the thing that grabbed me for that.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah. Just with the modes, what my hang up on this game is just sort of, I guess, the lack of modes. There's a lot of mode-wise. There's a fair bit of stuff that's been taken out, especially since the Wii U game.
See, a lot of people drag that argument, but in my opinion, I just don't. I don't see myself going and playing a home run contest or, smash the targets or anything like that. I just don't see myself going back and playing those things anymore, especially if especially if it just ends up being as abysmally done as it was in Smash 4.
Yeah, true.
Like it was really lazy in Smash 4.
I'm not even necessarily talking about that. Like obviously the events mode's been tied into the story mode now.
Yeah.
And but like the All-Star mode where you sort of go through all the characters.
Yeah.
Now that's just become like sort of the it's escaped my mind, like sort of where you've got to like smack them all off the screen. They just come all at you all at once.
Yeah, it's like a Century Smash, but
yeah, it's become that. It's like, okay, whatever. But even the stuff from the Wii U version where it's like, I know trophies aren't in this game, but sort of the mode where you can just sort of smack all the blocks and try and get trophies and stuff. I really enjoyed that.
Trophy Smash.
Yeah, Trophy Smash. I really enjoyed that. And
I thought Trophy Smash was neat too.
Yeah, and there's like the Master Orders and all that were introduced in the Wii U version, which aren't there now as well.
I kind of wish they were back.
Yeah, there's
A little bit.
so just mode wise, this game's
It's a little empty.
lacking. Yeah,
I wouldn't say it absolutely kills my vibe. In my opinion, Spirit Board takes over Master Orders. I like Spirit Board because it gives you like similar scenarios, but you can sort of just pick and choose which ones you want.
yeah.
And you can get spirits from there that aren't available, as far as I'm concerned, in World of Light. I got Articuno Zapdos Moltres through there, and that was literally just 3 Lucases spamming either PK Thunder, PK Fire, or PK Freeze. And it was a HP battle, so it was sort of like,
all right. See that's cool. See, it's just
yeah,
it's pretty stupid, but it's like just stuff like that.
it's just those scenarios where
Well,
Makes
like I
sense.
said before, with World of Light, the main game always drags me away from all of this stuff.
yeah.
But in the Wii U version, those modes were good enough for me to play.
I guess.
Whereas now they're gone.
I don't feel that disconnection too much, because if I'm playing Smash nowadays, I'm doing it to improve my gameplay more than anything, because the obviously the metagame for Smash has been constantly evolving for a couple years. Ever since 4 came out, it was one of the biggest games on Wii U, and everybody was playing it. It was online sort of thing. Obviously anybody that had a Wii U, we already covered that too many times. And the way Smash is being played is constantly evolving, and I think I'm more interested in keeping up with that than time sinks.
Mm-hmm.
I
am too.
I've played Spirit Board, and I like Spirit Board because some of those spirits are stupid challenging. Like, they're really hard, and that sort of covers my need for quick rehash gameplay sort of thing. I don't know. Fucking cat.
There's a cat attacking you now.
Yes. now it's attacking me.
Good girl.
Oh my god.
What's it doing?
Oh no, it's getting stuck. I don't know. It's okay. All right. Cool. What a great episode this is. We're babysitting a cat. I think it would have been nice to have had Smash Run and stuff like that come back. I think Smash Run's a really neat mode.
So do I. I love Smash Run as well.
And it obviously fits the context of the Switch like really well. And I think it would be played a hell of a lot more if you put it into Smash for Switch. But I don't know. Home run contests, break the targets, master orders for my genuine opinion. I wish they were in there, but at the same time, Spirit Board does its job a little bit. What else? All-Star mode, I agree with. It really should have just stayed how it was.
Even if it takes you 10 years to get through it now.
I don't like Century Smash method. Like, no. It's fun to do once or twice, but it's not like the epitome of like playing Smash. It's like, hey, I smashed 100 characters out of the arena.
I do quite like that mode though. I go in there and play it a decent amount.
I might do it when I feel like it.
I was playing it today just to check it out. It's like, yeah, it's the same thing still. Cool.
Yeah,
yeah. No.
But it doesn't really drive me to play Smash though. Like, obviously, again, it comes back down to
you're there just to refine your skills. You don't care about anything else.
I want to play my fighting game. Like, I'm as I've gotten older, I used to really hate fighting games because I used to suck nuts at them. I used to be awful at them, and Smash was the only one I played because I felt like I was getting better every time I played it. Mm-hmm. But as I've gotten older, I've become more curative of fighting games, and I actually enjoy them. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like, I like seeing how meta shifts in games and how, certain characters are performing and stuff like that. I'm really into that sort of thing. So Smash is Smash is one of those games, and it's, you know, one of the biggest games to be subject and fell victim to that. So it's sort of, you know, that's what takes up my time. I agree that there's not a lot of modes there, and that it sort of leaves the game a little bit stale. But if anything, the major thing I miss is stage builder.
Yeah,
without a question, because you could make your own games with that, right?
Be interested to see if that will come in a patch, because that really sucks. But that's gone.
That's
all the stuff that came out of Smash 4 with that, like Smash Ball and like all these sort of weird game modes.
Yeah,
there was a mode Dan and I made. I'm pretty sure you played it, Bryce. But we put it's like we put the biggest stage you can, just really like maybe 4 little bits where you can spawn on at the bottom, and the rest is just all air, and we put jetpacks on, and the whole thing's just jetpacking and sort of fighting in the air.
Yeah.
God, it was fun.
Yeah.
So much fun, and like that, and Smash Ball, and all this weird sort of mode stuff you can make out of it.
That's what was
awesome.
great about Stage Builder. You know, that's a reason I miss it, is because there was unique things to be made out of it, and fresh things, and, you know, it's not home run contest for the 5th time, or break the targets, which has been turned into Angry Birds, sort of. You know, there was a lot more variety when you were making custom game modes and stuff like that, and I'm sad that that's gone. And now that all we've got really is World of Light, Smash, Classic, All Star.
Well, we don't have All Star.
Well,
you've got the sort of the Century sort of mix of it.
The new,
yeah. That's it. Yeah. So basically, like, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Like, I'm not going, I've got nothing to do in this game now, not play. I'm not saying that.
No.
But this game being marketed around being the ultimate Smash Bros, I can't honestly say that it's miles ahead of 4 because of this.
Yeah.
But we'll go into the characters now. I think the characters is what makes... This is obviously what Sakurai and the teams put like most of their effort into, if not all of their effort, bringing all the characters back and all of the new characters. I think it's a huge accomplishment.
I think it is
for this game.
I think it is, but I think, especially at the moment, when the game is fresh and sort of stuff like that, it's a bit of a nightmare to balance. I think.
Do you think it's unbalanced at the moment?
Yes, I think some characters are maybe a little bit too overtuned or a little bit untouchable. You know, Pichu's really good. I wouldn't call him unbalanced, but his hitbox is so small. It's really hard to hit him with majority of the moves in the game if you're not sort of working around his height. I believe that's a thing that's fixed with practice. But I think, and honestly, we all thought Ridley was going to be stupid powerful with his grab and all that stuff. And I mean, he's strong, but he's not the most talked about heavy in this game. The most talked about heavy is King K. Rool. There's a lot about King K. Rool to love, and I don't have a complaint with most of it, but I hate that blunderbuss.
Yeah.
That thing is utter garbage. I can deal with him having unblockable body slams. I can deal with him having a counter. I can deal with him not taking as much damage if you hit him in the stomach, sort of thing. But God, I hate that blunderbuss.
Just playing against him, you can if you're playing as the right character and you've got maybe Mario's cape or maybe a reflection shield like Fox or something, you can sort of handle it. You can smack it back, you can block it, you can do whatever. But when you've got a crown, you dodge the crown. The crown's coming back at you from your back, and he's got a cannonball at the front, and sort of you've either got to jump and you're airborne and you're vulnerable there.
Yeah.
You dodge one of them and you get hit. Like you don't, they can really narrow down your options of your next move.
Yeah. With
those two just projectiles.
It's really strong.
And just him being able to smack you into the ground and instantly body slam you afterwards to to smash you off the stage straight away. That's what I find the most annoying.
Yeah. If he gets a hold of you, bye bye.
But K-Rool, he's a real fun character to use.
He's a fun character to use.
Really cool.
The other thing I have a problem with is why the hell does his helicopter hat friggin' do damage? and it clips through the... No, hang on. It clips through the stage, so if you're trying to edge guard and keep him away...
I did notice that too. I'm like, what the hell?
It clips through the stage, and it knocks you back a decent distance, so it completely ruins your positioning, and that's bullshit. Like, that's stupid.
Or if you're Mario or any character trying to get a down spike, and you can't.
You can't do it to him.
Because he's got a shield above him,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's really dumb. Like, it's...
I don't want to say too much yet, because there might be methods that will come out where you can beat him really easily. Like,
it's going to be...
really expose him.
It's really going to come down to mobility and versatility versus his projectiles.
Because he's not slow at all, and he's really heavy.
Yeah. But, like, we were concerned when we played... Well, slightly concerned when we played Ridley, because Ridley seemed really tough, you know. But, like, since release, Ridley is one of the most under-talked about characters.
Have you played him much, Ridley?
Yeah, I went on a spree and played him a bit last night. I
haven't really sat down with him heaps, because, like, when I played him like a couple of times, I'm like, yeah, cool. But then, like, with some of the other characters, like King K. Rool, Inkling, I really like them, so I spent a bit more time with them.
I have an affinity for Metroid characters, like, in my recent years, and I really want to play Metroid characters, so I've been playing Ridley, but I know that Ridley is not very much talked about at all, because he's, in comparison to all the other heavies in the game, he's got a very dry amount of utility.
Yeah.
If you look at him in a certain perspective, especially when you compare him to something like K. Rool. K. Rool's insane. He's got so much versatility and so much resistance to death that it's almost impossible to kill him.
Yeah, because if you're both running at each other, you both press A, he's going to win every time, because he's got that super armor on his chest, and like he can break that super armor and it leaves him vulnerable. But you've got to do a lot of hitting. You've got to hit him a lot.
I can't say that I've ever broken his super armor when I've versed him.
I've had my super armor broke when I was playing as him.
I've never broken it. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So maybe the balancing for him is just give him like less armor and it breaks sooner,
and do something about that blunderbuss. If my problem with him,
it is a slow projectile though, so it's not necessarily.
I'm gonna talk about it later, because I think it'll be the last thing we talk about. But there are some online issues that come with people with characters like K. Rool.
Yes,
and we'll talk about that. But you've got the fighters list up here.
I do. So we'll just go through, maybe, we won't go through all the fighters, obviously, that's a bit much, but maybe some of your favourite ones, or ones that you've noticed the most change in, or etc.
We could do 10-second hot takes.
10-second hot takes of all the characters?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'll start off with Mario. He's the same. He hasn't changed at all.
Mario's, he's all round. He's what he's always been. Not too much of a problem at all.
And this is from what we've picked up as well. Like, as far as I know, he might have changed his bloody slide dash to 1% more when you hit them. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're not going to go into we're not going to go into specific math, but
just like the moves themselves.
Just how the characters have evolved. Yep.
Take it in turns.
So second is Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong has a lot more versatility now in how he moves, but that's a lot of heavies in this game right now. They have a lot more versatility, and I do really like that, because heavies have been under-regarded for a very long time over agile characters.
Yeah, well, going back to Brawl with Donkey Kong, Bowser, like, they were useless.
Yeah, they were no good.
Then. Yeah,
they were no good, and that sucks.
Yeah. Link has had a lot of changes. Obviously, his bombs now based on Breath of the Wild, so they're remote bombs.
They are so good to use. They are so good to use. I enjoyed them more than old Link's bombs.
Yeah, they're fun. Like, you can sort of think about it a bit more.
Yep.
Like, before you might be like, bomb, arrow, boomerang. Now it's like, throw the bomb, and like, you can sort of leave it there for as long as you want as well.
Use it as a trapping tool, which is what like professional players like Zero are saying. You can use the bombs as a trapping tool, or you can use them as a spacing tool.
And sometimes you accidentally pick. Good. Sometimes when you're playing against him, you accidentally pick the bloody things up.
Yep.
Like, you might be running to them, and you press A, and when you attack, you pick them up as well.
Yeah.
So that might give you an opportunity to, like, down being a poof,
exactly
bomb up.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's got actually got a lot of differences. He's missing his grapple now. He's when he fires an arrow, he can go pick it up, and when he fires another arrow, he fires two at the same time.
Yep.
Similar to what he'll do in Breath of the Wild, the game.
Yeah.
I really like how they really made it Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because before it's like, he could have been from Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, like any
of them,
the
but
Zelda games.
but they don't really change that much. Yeah, they might get like a different weapon or whatever. Samus. So I've picked up, obviously, again, I'm talking about Metroid characters. I played a lot of Samus recently in 4, and I've been playing her in Ultimate. I think she got a buff since they last made the provisional tier list during the demo phases. A lot of people saying that she was the worst character, but I feel like she's in a good spot right now. Not a lot of people playing her still, obviously, because Samus has never really been super picked in the last 3 games. But I think she's got a lot of versatility to her, and she's actually in a pretty decent spot now.
What's changed about her? Can you tell, really?
Not really. Just the way the mechanics work and I'll talk about this as we go down to Zero Suit Samus, but just the way the game spaces out certain moves and frames and stuff like that, it had really messed up some of her combos, but I think they've sort of fixed them up now and they're sort of back into play.
No, good. What about Dark Samus? I haven't played...
Dark Samus, look, like, I hardly touch Dark Samus because Dark Samus feels really floaty compared to normal Samus. I don't really like that. I think that Dark Samus is more about maneuverability more than sort of stringing together combos and stuff like that. And you know, I'm sure there's something to love in Dark Samus there, but I haven't heard anybody talking about Dark Samus for anything. So I just think it's sort of whenever.
Like, when I played as it, I could only tell sort of the fightiness. I couldn't see what the difference was in the rest of the moves. But I'm not a Samus player at all.
No, so Yoshi is in a good spot, I think, and he was in Smash 4 sort of as well.
I really like Yoshi in this game.
I've liked Yoshi since 64. I think that Yoshi's got a lot of versatility. He wasn't very good in Melee.
Wasn't great in Brawl either.
No, Brawl he wasn't too great in either, but I really like the way he plays, and that's good enough for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So yeah, I think Yoshi's in a good spot.
Yeah. Kirby seems pretty much the same, except for your
flame charge.
Your flame charge. So it's taken like sort of the spin on your head doing the kicks move.
Yeah, just basically turned it into a more game representation sort of thing, which is good.
And sort of these changes, were these like optional moves in Smash 4? That wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I believe it was. So maybe Sakurai's made these moves for all the characters, and he's like, tell you what.
That's probably better.
That's the real one now.
Yeah. Fox. You know what? Fox hasn't really changed at all.
No, he hasn't.
No, I can't think of anything that's much changed about Fox at all.
And I was playing as him the other day. I really enjoyed him. When I first played him as you, I'm like, oh god, I can't Fox for shit. But I was playing against the level 8 or something CPU the other day as Fox. I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm actually really enjoying him doing like getting the aerials down a bit.
Fox is fun.
Pikachu, I don't think Pikachu's changed much. I noticed his neutral air A.
His neutral air A is his biggest change.
Has changed, yeah.
And I really like that neutral air A. It's good for stringing together combos. I've become a big fan of neutral A air combos. And a lot of because a lot of characters have them, so I use them to string combos all the time. So Pikachu's sort of in a good spot for me.
And he's like reverse air, like his reverse air A is it doesn't do the sparks anymore.
No, yeah.
So I don't know if that does less damage or not. It just doesn't look as cool, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Luigi is apparently someone to look out for. He's like in some of the strongest fighters at the moment.
Yep.
He has a really powerful spike.
Yeah, he's always had that really powerful spike though.
He has, but it's more effective.
Oh, really? See, Luigi's probably one of my least favourite characters in the game.
I love Luigi.
Look, I've got nothing against the character. It's just he's...
And he's got the poltergust now, so he's got a range grab.
Yeah, his range grab's really cool.
Exactly.
I noticed when I was playing against him, I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? Like, he must have missed me and it was laying on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like... The hell is that? looks like he used condom or something. I'm like, but then I noticed him like he was using them. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yep.
Right. Ness is. I feel Ness is stronger in this game. PK Crush also got a massive buff. PK Crush has a massive range now. So if you use PK Crush correctly, you're pretty much guaranteed a KO. Lucas got a similar buff as well to PK Freeze, and I'll talk about that shortly.
To be honest, I just went straight to Lucas. I never actually...
Ness is pretty good.
I haven't really played Ness, no.
Ness is pretty good. Anyway.
Captain Falcon, I don't know. I haven't had much experience with Captain Falcon. So.
I don't think Captain Falcon's changed much.
No.
Yeah.
See, like a lot of these, a lot of the original characters, they're sort of like, they're fine, they're good.
Yeah.
Well, not for Captain Falcon's original character, but like Melee.
We'll obviously we'll try to talk a little bit less about things that we don't think have changed much. In the same example, Jigglypuff. Also, I don't think Jigglypuff has changed a hell of a lot.
She was great in Smash 4. She's pretty good here too.
Well, apparently she's one of the lower tier characters at the moment. But you know what?
She always was.
There is a really good string combo that she has for rest. If you know how to execute it.
The other day I was getting it like really well against the CPU.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's like
wow. Peach, and by extension Daisy. I haven't played them much.
I haven't played them much either, but watching people play them, she can be a real force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, if you use it correctly, yeah, for sure. Which is a good thing for Peach mains because there's not a lot of them, unfortunately. Bowser's probably one of my favorite heavies in this game. I really enjoy Bowser in this game. He's got a lot of utility now that he runs a little bit faster, and like some of his attacks, they sort of grapple hits, so they do multiple hits at once, and that's really good for his damage output. He's got the strongest side smash in the game, in my opinion.
It's so good.
It's a really good side smash, so if you know how to execute that properly, it's super broken.
Like swinging him around and doing his back A reversal.
Yep.
Like it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Ice climbers, they're back.
Yeah,
and they're the same.
Yeah, I don't feel much difference in them.
Yeah.
Obviously they probably made some countermeasures to wobbling, which was a banned strategy for a little while, and then it came back into the scene. Because wobbling's kind of bullshit, just constantly grabbing someone over and over. That's a really, really dumb.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Stupid thing. Sheik. I don't feel like Sheik has changed a hell of a lot, but I as someone that used to play Sheik a lot, I haven't really actually been back to her yet, and I intend to, but I just haven't really gotten there. So yeah.
So Zelda is really good.
Yeah, Zelda's got some pretty big changes, and she's really good in my opinion.
I never played her much in 4, but in Brawl I played her a lot.
Yep.
And in Brawl, she was bullshit. She had her side B, which you could just make go anywhere and just
her side B was
because like I could literally just sit on one end of the stage and Brawl and just go boof, blow it up.
Crazy good side B.
And people just couldn't make it back.
No.
But sure. In this, it's not as that. And her back A in the air is fantastic.
Yep. If
you land that, it does huge damage. So that's always fun to sort of try and land as well.
Yep.
Dr. Mario, he's from what I can see, he's actually changed a fair bit.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember exactly in Smash 4 because I'm more a Mario player than Dr. Mario. Every now and again I go to Dr. Mario just to see what he's like.
He's got a bit of shit recovery.
He's got shit recovery. He's heavier and but he's a lot stronger.
Yep.
But
he's a healthy man.
Yeah, he doesn't have the flood.
No.
So your down B is just the spinny move,
spinny,
which would be your
which was Mario's old thing.
Yeah, down B in the air.
Mm-hmm.
But his cape, it doesn't like if you're trying to do a recovery as Mario, you can use your cape. It sort of freezes you in the air, and that allows you to either turn around or like hover a bit, so then you can do your up B to sort of recover.
Yeah.
But with Dr. Mario, it doesn't stop that at all, and
No.
his cape just it puts projectiles up into the air rather than straight back to them, which is a bit different. And he's a good character, and he's got a meteor smash as well. So instead of side B punching him down, he does like a kick down.
Side A, you mean?
Yeah.
Pichu, one of the strongest characters in the game at the moment because of his incredibly small hitboxes.
That's crazy.
He has a really good up throw into down B combo, which is pretty much instant kill if you got him high enough. He's got a lot of utility, which is great. It's good to see Pichu back into some sort of tier now that he's not just a useless character that damages himself.
I love that. Everyone's like, oh shit, Pichu's back. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess everyone's back, including Pichu. But now like at least in like this early in the game, he's in that position where he's actually, oh shit, he's too small. I can't hit the bastard. Because if you're like Fox or someone, it'll just go straight over him almost, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like doing your laser gun.
So look, we've got the next three here, which is Falco, Marth, and Lucina, and I'm just going to say that they haven't changed much because honestly, they have not. Falco's Nair got nerfed down to the ground even more, and he's become more useless than ever, as far as I've heard. Marth is Marth, and Lucina is balanced Marth.
Yeah,
I guess there's not much to say about any three of these. Although the only one that really needs mention is Falco got nerfed again, and he's not really in a good place at all. And then Marth and Lucina, they're very much pretty much what they were. I feel like Fire Emblem characters are always the characters that change the least, and they sort of always stay the same.
Yeah, Young Link's great.
Young Link's fantastic. He's super strong. If you know
fire
how to use
arrows,
them.
bombs. He's pretty much the normal Link essentially. Now that Link's been changed to Breath of the Wild Link,
he has a serious undertone of killing potential. So you only have a very small subset of moves that you can actually kill with, but he has a lot of effective spacing tools and combos with his bombs. So you can get people to high percentage, but getting them off the stage can be a bit hard. But if you know how to utilize them correctly, Young Link is an incredible character. Ganondorf, you think I would have played Ganondorf more, but I haven't.
Quite enjoy Ganondorf. Like he's pretty similar, apart from the fact that he has a sword. He has like the sword now, so his smash attack has a lot more range on it.
I just feel like I don't enjoy him as much.
You don't?
No,
because you always loved getting your old man Dorf on, didn't you?
I loved Old Man Dorf. He was considered pretty much the worst character in the game, but honestly, I had a lot of fun with the combos that he had. So I don't know. I just feel like I don't enjoy him as much anymore. I don't know what it is. A lot of people seem to be on the side of, hey, Ganondorf's good, but I'm just kind of
What about Mewtwo? I never really liked Mewtwo that much.
Mewtwo I've hardly touched. Your kitten loves your Toy-Con car there.
Is that?
Yep, it's ripping it around the room.
No, I better get it up. That's a very expensive bit of cardboard.
Mewtwo has pretty much stayed same in some degree. I feel like Mewtwo's always been pretty balanced in general. I don't think that there's really anything wrong with Mewtwo, and I don't think Sakurai did either. So
Sakurai's it's good.
Yeah. Roy is my boy. I love Roy. He is a fantastic boy. I have gotten along with Roy ever since he was brought back as DLC. I prefer him out of most Fire Emblem characters, so I can get along with that. He's got some good stuff going on for him in this game. A lot more potential, and he's sort of closer to Marth in tier now, which is great.
Mr. Game & Watch, he's actually changed. He's changed a fair bit.
Forgot about Chrom.
I thought you
like Sakurai did when Smash 4 come out.
No, I thought you were putting Roy and Chrom in the same boat. All right, you go on about Chrom.
Okay. So Chrom, I like Chrom because he's basically like, hey, we gave Roy an inch of Ike's toolkit. That means his recovery's not super great, but his Aether is really good. I think it's better than Ike's. It has a lot of potential. It can be used as a spike if you use it correctly. And I don't know. I just feel like I like how sort of balanced Chrom is in speed and power. So yeah. Anyway,
I don't have that much experience with Roy, Chrom, Lucina, Marth, because I just don't really get along with sort of
Fire Emblem characters.
Well, just their playstyle, how sort of light and whatever they are.
No, I like them. I enjoy them.
I'm not going to take away from that. But
no,
I'm just saying myself.
Exactly.
So if the listeners are like, oh, why is Roy not your boy? Well, that's why Roy's not my boy and Chrom is not my dom.
Oh my god.
Mr. Game & Watch, he's got bombs now.
Mr. Game & Watch has a lot of utility now.
Yeah.
Those bombs are ridiculous.
And he looks really weird with that, because obviously before the game came out, there was that sort of hoo-ha about the Native American sort of references and stuff about that, and all that's gone now. So he looks kind of bland now without all of his sort of animations.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Yeah, just looks a bit That's what strikes me about Mr. Game & Watch. In Brawl, I really liked Mr. Game & Watch. I used him a lot, and it really annoyed you because you couldn't handle sort of the weird animation.
No, I
It's
hated Game & Watch for that reason.
It was so fun just to play just to see Bryce cry. Really,
shut up. Meta Knight is Meta Knight in my opinion.
Yeah.
He hasn't really changed a hell of a lot. Pit and Dark Pit. You probably have a little bit more say about Pit, but from when I played at Dark Pit, he doesn't feel a lot different.
Pit, yeah, he's the same as he was in Smash 4, but his arrows
are back.
His arrows have returned to how they were in Brawl, so they're a lot more maneuverable.
Yep.
Which is awesome because that was one of the things I liked about Pit most in in Brawl.
Yep.
Pit's probably my favorite character in the game, so
yep.
Really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Pit, I don't use him as much, but he's pretty much just heavier, a bit slower, stronger.
I just feel like
arrows don't bend as much.
Yeah, he just hasn't changed in my opinion.
Mm.
Zero Suit Samus. I'll briefly touch on this. A lot of combos that I use as Zero Suit Samus are now gone because they gave us some animation lag with her grabs, which sucks. I miss those combos a little bit. Obviously, it just means that it is now time to really dig in and do my research and see how I can make her work to my method again.
Yeah.
Sucks, but that's what happens with balancing. She had some really strong combos, but I suppose I had to know for some time. Wario.
He eats garlic. Snake. Snake's back. He seems pretty similar to how he was in Brawl, just more refined, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he's got a little bit more. More pizzazz, but that's about it.
I remember in Brawl, seeing the real pro players use him for the first time was really eye opening for me.
Oh yeah, because Snake's ridiculous in Brawl.
Like in Brawl with his up B, being able to slide across the whole stage like super quick.
His up A, yeah,
was absolutely crazy.
His super slide.
It'd be interesting to see whether like that's still in there. I doubt it is, but
no, that was definitely an exploit without any question. Ike is Ike.
But they have fixed his B move, fortunately, because
they did
in Brawl. You hold him B and he charges up his sword and he smashes it down. A big blue flame comes up.
He goes, oh.
In Smash 4, it was just it was a waste of time. I never used it, which was a big shame. But in this, they've fixed it, so it is a finishing move now. And if you charge it long enough, it actually has more range.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's really good. Pokemon Trainer, Squirtle.
Rip Charizard.
Squirtle is really good.
Squirtle's strong.
I never get along with Squirtle because he's just too light. I can't he's too easily KO'd. So I might use him, then swap straight. Kick the opposition around a bit, then swap to Venusaur. Not Venusaur, Ivysaur. Ivysaur's great, but I really love Charizard. I love what they did to Charizard in Smash 4.
And then they've messed him up again.
How have they messed him up, apart from...
It's just not as versatile.
Well, he's not as versatile because he's a part of Pokemon Trainer now, so your down B is no longer Rock Smash.
Yeah.
It's like change Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's just a real pain in the ass, because if I die, I've got to come back, and if I want Charizard, I've got to change 2 times to get back to him. I just really wish, I don't see the gimmick as that appealing, being a Pokemon trainer with 3 Pokemon. I just want to be either just one of them at a time.
Yep.
And also with the Pokemon trainer, Pokemon's my favorite franchise, and I love
fucking hell, here we go.
I love all the characters, and my most favorite character is probably Red.
You did it, Charizard!
And what have they done?
They've done some really weird shit to his face and his voice.
His voice is the most annoying voice in the whole game.
You did it, Charizard!
And if you go to the section where you can go and listen to the voices, you go to the Pokemon Trainer male voice. It is yeah, Charizard, yeah, and it sounds like that. And it's oh, and he looks like a character from Rick and Morty or South Park or something. He looks like he's got such a small chin. I don't know what's.
10-minute discussion on Pokemon Trainer, everybody, and we've still got half the roster to go.
But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I wish Charizard was Charizard, but by himself, they're good. They're good characters.
All right, we're going to click this up and speed a little bit because there's a lot of characters to go still, and I feel like there's a lot coming up that we haven't really put enough time into to give a shit about. So not gonna talk much about Diddy Kong. I have not played him.
Just go through the list and we'll talk about the ones which we definitely have played a lot.
Well, we're going to go one by one, and I'll just say pretty much skip. Okay, so Diddy Kong I haven't played much. Lucas's PK freeze is really strong now, and I feel like he's sort of come back in power in terms of what he was in Brawl. Sonic, I don't feel like he's changed much.
No, not since 4, no.
King Dedede.
It doesn't seem to have changed much. I can't remember, but you know his B where you can inhale enemies and that?
Yep.
Did that always spit back projectiles?
No, it did not. That is a new feature. That is a new feature.
Because I did that by accident. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep. No, yeah.
So that's cool. That's helpful because I never, why do you want to suck up enemies and spit them out? It was never useful.
No.
At all. So that's actually really handy.
Ouija the Gods patented suck and cuck. That's all it was used for.
Wow.
That's what it was called. The patented suck and cuck. Olimar, don't play, don't care. To be completely honest, I've never really played Olimar.
I haven't played any in Ultimate at all.
No.
But Brawl was great and 4 was great as well. So
I don't care about Olimar at all.
Olimar's really good.
Lucario, I've played one match. I want to play more Lucario, but I'll figure that out later. And I noticed
his up B actually hurts you now. People can dash to you and hurt you.
Yeah. And
if he's obviously his gimmick is that the more damage he's got, the more damage he does to you.
The more strong his aura attacks are.
Yeah, so if his up B hits you, it's just you're dead.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay. So
it's probably what he needed because he was pretty useless otherwise. Rob, I've seen some really interesting Rob plays, but I haven't played him myself. He's got some really interesting spikes and stuff like that he can use if in combo with his dreidel. Let's call it a dreidel. Toon Link, the most under-talked about Link at the moment. I haven't played him because of that. I've been playing Young Link and Normal Link because
I played
so
him.
drastically.
He hasn't changed. His Toon Link.
Right.
He's good. Wolf, he's back.
Wolf is back. Wolf is interesting now. He's changed pretty significantly in my opinion. But I feel like I need to do more playing with him before I can sort of make a bigger judgment on it. Good to see him back though. I've missed Wolf. I don't know why he disappeared from 4. He was a really unique character in his own right. So good to see him back. Villager, have not played. I assume that he's pretty much the same as he was before. Just his CPU spams Lloyds and I fucking hate it. And yeah, I think that's about it for him.
Mega Man's the same.
Mega Man is the same. He is 100% the same.
Is,
I do not see any difference in Mega Man whatsoever. Wii Fit Trainer is also the same. Rosalina and Luma, still the same. Still kept that shitty Final Smash. That is not useful at all.
She's hard to verse with Luma, I always find. And
she's a minion character. That's how they are.
The Luma doesn't fall off as easy as anymore either, I don't think.
No, it falls off more. It actually falls off more, but it respawns quicker.
Oh, that's the go, is that right?
Yes, that is the go with her. Little Mac has not changed.
No.
Little Mac has not changed. He's got a little bit more recovery to him, but nowhere near anywhere viable as it could be. Greninja is actually really decent in the meta at the moment, but he's only changed very slightly, just damage ratios and stuff. Other than that, his moves are completely the same. Me, Gunner, Brawler, Fighter, do not care. I'll never play them.
Depends what you do to them.
They're playable online now, and they're so annoying because they're customizable, and I hate that.
I guess you don't know what you're going to come up against.
No, you don't. Yeah. It's a pain in the bum.
Yeah, I guess it is, but I guess that's not a bad thing either.
Palutena, Pac-Man.
Palutena has changed a lot. They've given her completely different moves.
They have. They've given her completely different moves. I haven't had enough time with her to sort of discover her.
Yeah, she's I've only played a little bit as well, but from what I played, she's good now. Because in the other game, she's got too many shields.
She's got so many shields,
and she can't actually do anything.
No.
Whereas now she's got a shield, but her side B is like. It's sort of like Zelda's side B. You know how she throws it out and it goes, you let it go and explodes?
Yeah, it was like a spark, yeah.
So now she doesn't throw anything out, but something appears about maybe half the stage away from her.
Yep.
And that sort of hits them.
Yeah.
And you can sort of...
It's a good spacing tool.
Yeah, get your spacing out, yeah.
Yep. Pac-Man has not changed. I can't think of anything that's happened to Pac-Man at all. Robin has a better data display in terms of like his books, his Love and Sword and stuff like that, which is great because Robin needed that.
Yeah, which comes with the game. Like the mechanics of the game, anyway.
Yeah.
Like
well, in Smash 4, you had to look at his book or his Love and Sword to see if it's flashing, to see if it was about to go out. Now you actually have a meter, and it's actually useful.
Next to your percentage, yeah.
And I love Robin as a character in 4, so that's great. Shulk is pristine. Being able to select your Monado art at will with a simple hold-in button press and changing it manually is so much better than cycling through and hoping you land on the right one instead of fucking it up every time.
Yeah, because like
that's so frustrating.
You used to have to like memorize the amount of presses
and make sure that you're not accidentally extra pressing.
Yeah,
it was so annoying.
And doing that in the heat of battle isn't the easiest thing.
No, Shulk's in a good position at the moment, I feel. Bowser Jr.
Haven't played Bowser Jr.
Have not played Bowser Jr., but from what I've seen, not much has changed.
No, and same with Duck Hunt as well.
Yeah, Duck Hunt Duo as well has also not changed much. I think that, especially Duck Hunt Duo is very projectile-based and will always be projectile-based. Like, combining your projectiles together and making sure you get in the right
Really
hits.
love Duck Hunt.
Oh, so do I. I love the goofiness of Duck Hunt.
Great idea for a character.
Absolutely.
And when they first announced it for the last game, I was like, yes, what a fantastic, stupid character.
Yeah. Ryu and Ken will fit them both in the same. They have a new mechanic where they're always facing their opponent, which is great because button inputs are fucking hard if you want to actually execute them correctly. They're not really in the meta still because, but again, button combos are kind of annoying. If you want to pull off an empowered Hadouken, you have to do the specific input button combo from the Street Fighter games, and that adds a little extra time to your attacks, which means they're easily predictable. So it's whatever. I think they're in a relatively decent place, but I just feel like they're never going to be competitively viable because if you want to get the best out of them, you need to be up there with their button combos. I've played a lot of Cloud. Cloud is a good boy.
Has he changed much?
I feel like he's been nerfed a slight amount, but he's got a better combo stringing potential, which is great.
I noticed a lot of the like the better players are recommending Cloud as like a beginner's character.
Yeah, for sure, because he's got a decent toolkit with his sword, and then his limit breaks are all relatively solid. The only thing he sucks at really is long range recovery from ledges. But other than that, no, he's pretty decent. Corrin has not changed. This is getting into the territory of characters that you don't play much of.
No, it's not.
Corrin has not changed much at all. There's slight differences to Corrin, but overall pretty much the same character. Probably one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters alongside Roy.
He's your boy.
He is my boy. Bayonetta. I'm pretty sure Bayonetta got nerfs in Smash Ultimate.
Hope so.
Because Bayonetta was an unstoppable force for a long time in 4, and it was really kind of bullshit. I mean, I love Bayonetta as a character, but
there was the news coming out like from the tournaments. I forgot what tournament it was in Smash 4, but they were using Bayonetta, and the crowd was pretty much booing them.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah. Because
they really didn't like Bayonetta.
Bayonetta had a 0-to-1 combo, 0 to death combo if you had them high enough up on the screen. Yeah. So if you had them on a battlefield stage, you could just throw them up and do the 0 to death.
What Meta Knight used to do in Brawl.
Pretty much.
Yep.
100%.
That's great.
Oh, so great.
Inkling. I love Inkling.
Yeah, Inkling's fun, but
I think Inkling's at least one of my new favourite characters.
I hate filling the fucking ink tank.
It's not I found out if you hold shield and B, you can refill no matter what level you're at.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good information to know.
Because before we were like, oh, you can only refill once it's completely empty.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, surely, because then you've got to like, if you're waiting for someone to come back onto the stage, you're like, all right, I've got a bit of time to refill.
Exactly.
You've got to like empty out, then you've got to refill.
Yeah.
But if you hold in shield then B, you can just refill no matter how much you still have.
Okay, good to know. I will get some more time in with Inkling then.
Yeah, I really love her moves. I love the ink bomb. That's probably one of
the grenade is really strong. Really strong tool.
Yeah,
because it's a detonate on impact.
Yeah, really like her. Still got a lot of practice to do with her.
Yep.
But yeah.
And boy Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley's he's pretty cool. I haven't played much of him, like we said before.
Again, he's one of the most under talked about heavies in this game, which is kind of surprising considering everybody wanted him in the goddamn game. I don't think he's bad, but I feel like he does not have anywhere as much as utility as pretty much every other heavy in this game, and that sucks because as a character I enjoy him. His side B is really strong though. It's good for getting people out on long distance, and he has a half decent recovery, so he's good for keeping people off stage. But other than that, Ridley's really under talked about. Cause
I feel like compared to someone like say King K. Rool, he's just not as easy to learn.
No,
King K. Rool, he can run.
King K. Rool's bullshit.
Yeah, well. But yeah, I just haven't spent the time with Ridley, so I can't say yeah or no. But Simon or Richter, I know you really like him. I know a lot of people,
I love Richter.
I know a lot of people really liked him, but I haven't really. He hasn't really clicked for me. Haven't really enjoyed using them. So far. Simon,
I'm not even going to talk about because I don't touch Simon. Something about Simon just makes me not like. Maybe it's just the way his speed and power is set. I think Richter is like the perfect balance for me. So it's all about spacing with these guys because 3 of their B moves are projectiles and their A moves is a long range whip. So
that whip just fucking smashes you from God knows how far away. So God damn it,
it's great. But the thing is they have a very shallow toolkit up front, and if you catch them up front, you're going to beat them because their speed is delayed, like in Castlevania games. So if they're pulling out an attack with their whip, even if it's just a quick one, it has a slight delay on it because that's how Castlevania worked.
And it reaches that far.
It does. It reaches very far.
Yeah.
So if you can pick out the telltale signs of what a Richter or a Simon is going to do, you're going to be able to avoid them very easily. But if you don't know what Richter and Simon are going to do, they're just going to stomp on your face. So if there's anybody to watch out for, it's K. Rool and the Belmonts at the moment because they're very vastly different out of all the newcomers in some sort of sense. Whereas Inkling and Ridley sort of just play similarly to projectile-based characters or standard heavies. But yeah, King K. Rool, I think we've already said enough about K. Rool.
Really fun character.
But he needs a nerf.
To play, maybe not to play against.
No, not
depending on what
against.
character you're playing as.
No.
Isabel, her fishing rod is hilarious. I love it.
Fishing rod.
What a fish! I love how
What a fishing rod!
I love how you can just leave it there. And you wait for someone to walk.
You just wait for someone to pick it up. And you're like death staring into the distance like...
I really like how you can save your opponent with it as well.
Yeah.
You're like, Bugger, come back here, mate. I'm not finished with you yet. No. Isabel is going to smash you. I love how she plants the Lloyd instead of the tree, which Villager would do.
Yeah.
And it works like
a mind bomb, like Snake's mine.
Smashes them up and you can grab them with the... She's a really funny character because she's so lovable. In the actual Animal Crossing community, Isabel was really popular. Everyone loves her. She's like your assistant in the game. She's like a little girl puppy, and here she is. She's smashing King K. Rool and all these other characters. I love it so much, man.
Love it. Love it.
But I haven't played her as much as I would have liked. But I have mucked around with that fishing rod just in a couple of battles and.
Mm-hmm. Incineroar, the last character.
Really like Incineroar.
I think Incineroar is neat to a degree, but I fucking hate his up B recovery. It is awful.
Not a great recovery, no.
No, it's god awful garbage.
And he's the slowest character in the game as well.
He is in. Is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You reckon?
He is. Yeah. No, he is the slowest character.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because he is slow.
He is slow, but I don't know. He's got a lot of killing potential on a lot of things. I still can't get the timing for because he's got 3 states with his side B.
Yeah,
that you can hit.
So you can launch your opponent into the side of the ring, then they bounce back. When you press depending on your button time presses, it does
button
a different
timing.
move.
Yeah.
So I always did the one where he throws him in the air again.
Yeah.
I can never get the one where he just goes and
oh yeah, I want the one where he does the haymaker type thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
the clothesline. That's what I want to be able to do. That thing is really strong if you know how to master it. His revenge is really good if you can time it correctly. And I mean, I shit on his up B recovery, but that thing coming down hits hard.
Yeah.
But it's so predictable. It's like really bad geometry.
It goes up and down vertically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too fantastic, but otherwise, I'm a little more surprised that he's so animated as a character too, which I like. I shat on Incineroar being like one of the last announcements, and I still stand by that. I still think it's sort of underwhelming to have a Pokemon as like the last major announcement.
It was interesting too. There was a in the column Sakurai does for Famitsu.
Yeah.
It came out that Incineroar was the only new character that wasn't actually thought about before the game went into production.
Oh.
All the other ones were laid out, but for Incineroar it was just Gen 7 Pokemon.
Yeah.
They didn't actually have one in mind until they come up with Incineroar.
And he's so animated and lovely.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. You know, he's a very animated character and a little less bland than he could have been.
I think people were just expecting it's like, all right, last character, where's Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah.
I think that's where it come down to. But Incineroar is a really fun character.
Yep.
I guess also for me, I was like, oh, there's already Charizard, there's already Greninja. Like, we're just going starter Pokemon.
Yep.
Personally, I'd like to see it more mixed up, but he's a great character, and he really fills a void that wasn't in the roster at all. No wrestlers in a fighting game.
I guess so, yeah.
So, yeah.
And then Piranha Plant, have not played.
I have.
The end. So there's one last thing I want to talk about on this subject, because we're actually running this podcast very late. We're supposed to be somewhere tonight, Drew, but we're not there yet.
The staff party.
We have a staff party. It is like, what, 8:15? We should have been there 15 minutes ago. 8:20. We should have been there 20 minutes ago. So I just want to touch on something real quick, and then we'll head off. And that is the online. Now, this is controversial because like a lot of people are pissed off because Nintendo we're obviously paying Nintendo fees now.
Yeah.
And Smash is not great online. But here's my hot take.
Here we go.
You should have fucking listened to Sakurai and buy the LAN adapter.
All right. We're going down this route.
Buy the LAN adapter. Look, it does make the gameplay better. It does. There's less input lag and shit like that. I have tested it on both as somebody who owns the LAN adapter. I heeded his warning. I was like, I heeded his what, but he specifically put it in that direct for a very good reason, and I know why he did. Let's put it that way. So
they did the same with the Wii U version too. They're like, all right, get the LAN adapter, because
exactly.
Nintendo didn't put a friggin' LAN port in the Wii U either. But
exactly.
Just on like the latency and that, I really can't pull off what I can usually do offline, which I do online.
You have to preemptively input,
and it really annoys me. Like, there are some battles where I'm like, I can't even move. Say I want to run over someone, hit them. I might go, side then A.
Yep.
And it didn't actually pick up my joystick movement, but it's picked up my A. So I'm just standing there going, ugh.
Yeah, see, I don't get that.
And
because I play with Wirehead.
And I'm just like, oh, god damn it. But it's like you say that, but like in my position, I don't have the option right now to get a LAN adapter because my Switch is absolutely nowhere near my router.
And I get that.
So not everyone has that option.
No, I 100% understand that, but there's fuck all you can do about it.
What I will say about the online system, though, is like the lobby system. They have taken the best part about ARMS
and put it in there.
Put it in there for the lobbying.
Yep, for
so
sure.
It's got a great visual sort of thing on the rink. Who's versing one another?
Who's going next?
Who's spectating? Who's lining up? I think that's awesome.
Yep.
That was the best thing about ARMS, which we said about that last year.
Yep.
And that's into the game. We said this last episode, but For Glory and For Fun are gone.
Yep.
Why are they gone?
Their GSP is a stupid system.
It's an awful system. They need to just. I wish they didn't get rid of it because it was just so simple. It's like, do you want to play for fun or do you want to play for glory?
Look, I just want an individual GSP. We have one for every single character now. That's fucking annoying. And I get it. It's more accurate data to.
I didn't even know that until you said. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I looked at them. Oh my god.
It's more accurate data to the characters you play, but it's so annoying if I just want to climb a ladder.
So can I just play online, 1-on-1, so it doesn't lag as much.
And you lose way more GSP than you gain.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, and I get that's because they want to even you out.
I can't comment on the Elite Smash because I only played I played a lot last night, but I've played nowhere near enough to even think about getting. Have you got Elite Smash?
No.
Yeah.
It's 1.2 mil in that range of 1.2 mil something to get Elite Smash. I have been so close so many times, but then I'll come up against a player that's just godlike at online Smash, and they'll win.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I assume that's just how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be climbing that ladder, doing all that stuff. But there's also King K. Rool's frustrating as hell to verse online, because if he stands on a very specific spot on the stage, he can just vacuum, and he just constantly fires out, and it's hard to approach him, and it's a pain in the ass, especially with that additional online lag. I've had a couple of cheese strategies used against me. I complained about this one in the Discord, but I had a match with this Kirby who grabbed me while I was near a ledge. He waited near a ledge, grabbed me, back throwed me, jumped in midair, and then he would just kick, hit the jump button again, kick, hit the jump button again, kick, hit the jump button again, kick. I went from 0 to dead because there was no way for me to recover. I was way too far from the stage. And I'd found out from testing that this is only something that you can abuse online.
Why only online?
Because you can't react fast enough for the frames to pick up.
Yep.
So I couldn't hit a dodge or anything like that because he would kick me faster than I could hit. Than the latency would allow me to recover.
It is it's a real shame because this is the same problem I was having with Brawl.
Yep.
I didn't play Brawl much. Even back then, it was you have to have friend codes and exchange them. So oh my god,
Brawl online was frustrating.
It was frustrating, but I couldn't deal with the lag back then. And now, where we're paying our subscriptions and we've got NBN and we're
doing all that shit.
We're a lot better now. We've still got the same problem, and I'm not sure if it's because it's a fighting game, it's online, but a lot of other Nintendo games have done it really well. Like ARMS,
Right.
I never had any problems online.
Yeah.
And I was playing with motion controls and all this other rubbish with that game as well.
Yeah.
And when I was being beaten, I never said, bloody controls or bloody lag. It was always because
the game was just broken.
That and the opponent was just outdone me.
Yeah.
Because I was, not godlike at ARMS by any means.
No.
But with this game, I feel like I couldn't react to it, or I did, but the game didn't pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that just really, really frustrates me.
Yeah. In ARMS, I felt like I had more of a solid grounding as well. But I will say I did do my play testing without and with the LAN adapter. Without the LAN adapter was god shit awful, and I don't know how anybody does it. I'll be honest with you. Without that LAN adapter existing, I wouldn't be playing it online. Yeah. And even then, I've taken a break after learning that people are abusing cheese strats to climb the ladder. That's really bull. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed. I should not be I should not be killed by something like that. That's ridiculous.
See, I'll be fine because I'm going to be putting Ethernet in my games room.
Yeah.
And I've got a dock there, and I'll when I've got that set up, I'll get a LAN adapter, put it into my dock. I'll be fine. But in the lounge room, that's not going to happen. And for a lot of people, just their Switch under their TV, it's not really an option for them.
No.
So I don't feel like it's the.
But
it's not necessarily an excuse. I feel.
And
I know Sakurai's only working with what he's got. He's like, you know what? It is going to be shit wireless, so you're going to have to use this.
Yeah, you can't you can't pin that on Sakurai.
No, of course
and
not.
I do not think this is just an online service thing. I think this is a hardware incapability.
Because, we know, the wireless in the actual Switch itself isn't great.
No, it's not. No.
And it wasn't in the Wii U either. And,
no.
The Wii's, obviously, it's probably the same goddamn chip.
Exactly.
To be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Other than that... yes, I agree with the lobby thing. I think that's a really unique way to interact with streams too, as it showed you last night.
Yeah, because last night I just went into public lobbies. I went into one, and
It was somebody's stream.
it said above like www.twitch.tv/ was it?
Jacksec.
Yeah, it was that. And so I looked him up on Twitch, and I'll join this lobby, and I was there for 4 hours just playing
Smash.
and it allowed me to find this random Twitch streamer who turned out to be from Adelaide as well.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit, this is awesome.
It's fantastic.
And while the input lag was not
Questionable.
great, at the same time I still could play the game.
Yep.
I just couldn't play the game to how I know I can play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what annoyed me. And I had a King K roll just doing projectiles and winning all the time. I'm like, God damn it, if I could just like maybe reflect it, then punish him, then meet it, like smash him down.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe, yeah. But whatever, we'll look past that. Oh God, damn it.
So, for what we've covered spirits, all the characters. We've covered online
modes as well.
We've covered the modes. Yes. I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing to talk about is the options for, classic Smash mode. But I think,
of course,
I think that
have you played 5-on-5? What's the mode called? Where you can like each stock is a character. I forgot what it's called now. Escapes my mind. Have you played that?
No.
That is awesome.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I want to play that with you.
We need to play it together. I was just playing against the CPU, and I'm like, this is awesome. You can choose. You can either do 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, and you can all pick a character. And once that character's been knocked out, you swap to your next character.
Yeah. And
the first one to knock all of each other's characters out wins.
I think the stage swap is neat too. That's the other thing I had to play.
See,
I've actually used that.
So there's all of these things, the characters, the sort of the different spins on the normal Smash mode, as well as like all the stages and all of these things. I think that's what makes this the ultimate Smash game.
Yeah,
for sure. By far, makes it a really huge improvement on Smash 4, which is the main focus. But like the modes that are missing and like a few things that happen to online, and I think that's just what pulls it down a little bit.
That sums it up pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
In the end, Smash Ultimate is a fantastic game. Is it the definitive Smash Bros. Experience? Yes. Can I say with certainty that it could be better? Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
That doesn't mean that it's not a hyper shit game and everybody's excited for it and everybody's been playing it and it's been like an absolutely massive game talked among the communities. So, you know what? I got more time to put into it, but it's definitely going to be one hell of a Smash game by the end of its DLC cycle.
By the time the Joker comes out and these other 4 come out, it's gonna be great.
Yep, I can't wait.
We're gonna be playing it for like years to come.
Absolutely, and I hope that once Sakurai's done with the DLC, that he takes a good break.
Yeah, and each week throughout the show too, we'll probably be like, hey, I've actually started playing this character and really like it or really don't like it.
Exactly.
We've got so many characters to still really dig our teeth into.
How long have we been recording at this point? Can you see that behind you?
A bit under hour and a half. Hour and 28 minutes.
Hour and 28 minutes. And we didn't even get to cover literally everything into 100% detail. If we did, we'd be here for another hour and a half, which we can't afford.
Can't afford it.
We can't afford. We gotta go. We gotta get boot scooting, baby.
We've got a pub staff party on.
We do, and we're going to be getting there more late than I would have wanted, but that shit happens because I wanted to talk about this game. So I just want to cap off this episode with a sort of quick scheduling thing.
Quick scheduling thing.
Next week will probably be it will be our last episode for the year, I reckon. So next week will probably be a non-Tendo episode.
Holiday special. Extravaganza number 2.
Extravaganza. So we'll probably we'll be having that next week, and we will probably release that
Boxing Day.
And then from there we'll probably take a couple weeks break, guys, because it's going to be busy season. I've got a lot of work to do. Drew's probably got some work to do too.
Probably, yeah.
And
Bryce is sick, apparently. He's going to die.
I've been sick for weeks. And just to keep in mind as well that even when we're back, I will probably be taking a couple weeks break from the show early February.
Because you have a little kid on the way.
I have a second one on the way. And
a third. You got twins at the same time.
Please don't. One is enough. So, yeah, I'll be back for a couple weeks, but then I'll probably be missing for a couple weeks again. So, sorry, guys. It's just a small outline what's happening for the month because it's going to be a little bit messy.
It has been a bit messy for the last month or so.
Because it's near Christmas, and it's just when everything goes chaotic and haywire.
Yeah,
you know. I would love to sit here and talk about Smash all day, but it's sort of gotten pretty busy. So,
So if anyone would like to come on the show, the invitation is out there. If you'd like to come on, talk about
next year.
Yeah,
next year.
We're looking forward to another year of Nintendo too.
Absolutely, yeah. But we'll talk about that next week.
Well, it's a non-Nintendo episode next week.
I mean, it's Nintendo, but that just means that we talk about other things, but we can also talk about Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember our Nintendo episode last year. We're like, all right, this is not Nintendo, but we just start talking about the Switch again. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
This is why we do a Nintendo podcast, because we just end up talking about Nintendo anyway, so why not just discuss the whole conversation around it.
It's alright, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 75.
That's the one.
Yeah. We are the Nintendo Podcast, a part of the 8-Bit Collective, and you can find myself at iDruby, and you can find the podcast at the House of Mario. Bryce, where can they find you?
They can find me at IVRevan on Twitter
and
Twitch if you're really waiting for an inactive streamer.
Have you got any VODs up?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, well, you can't even look at that.
Well, no, because they only hold them for 2 weeks if you're not partnered.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why aren't you partnered?
I was close, but then I got busy. So.
Or partnered or affiliated?
Affiliated.
Do they hold them if you're affiliated?
They hold them for a month if you're affiliated, and they hold them for, I think it's like 3 weeks if you're,
Only 3 weeks? Oh, I thought they'd leave them up there forever or something.
No, that's why Twitch streamers have YouTube channels.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yep.
And guys, if you'd like to check out the 8-Bit Collective, go to 8bit.net. There's 10 other podcasts and 22 podcasters there, all putting all their energy and efforts into making awesome content for your earlobes. So go and check that out. Bryce, this takes us to Nintendo Jukebox.
Yes.
This is by Video Game Remixes, and it's the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Lifelight remix.
Feet Slyleaf.
Yeah. I know we did a Lifelight remix
We've done it like 3 times.
We did the Lifelight just normal, then like last week the remix, and this week another remix.
Yeah.
But it's a good song, and it's pretty fitting. So.
It's fitting to the episode. And I like the vocals in this one. So I'm cool to roll with it.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Last episode of the year, boys.
Actually, we won't see them. You won't hear us before Christmas. So, Merry Christmas. Have a great day.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
great
have
weekend.
A very Merry Christmas.
And
ho ho ho.
Woof.
Ho.
All right. See you later.
See you guys.
Colors weave into a spire of flame. Distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Light as torch against the cold of the night. Set your soul and reawaken the undying light. On that day when the sky fell away, our world came to an end. In my eyes, to the fading sunrise in the dark, glimmering shadows. Silence grows and the spaces between, stretching out beyond time. Rising up as a chorus of souls finds a voice, flickering through the void. These little sparks cling on to life, everyone caught in the struggle. And then the storms of change, they fan the flames, scattering ashes to the wind. Every soul contains a whisper of light, gleaming faintly as it dwindles from sight. No escape, no greater fate to be made. first breath, blossoming in a soil reclaimed from the past, where destiny holds fast. Here where we stand, hand clenched in hand, everyone caught in the struggle. This is the day we finally find our way, stepping into our tomorrow. Every soul contains a whisper of fight, growing louder as it calls to unite. From the distance sings a chorus of souls, rising slowly, stirring heat from the cold. Colors weave into a fire of flame, distant sparks call to a past still unnamed. Bear this torch against the cold of the night, light will guide you on your way to the ultimate fight. Every soul contains a